Yes guys, what's happening? Welcome back to another YouTube video. So as of yesterday, we are now 12 weeks out. Myself and Chloe are currently up in Rotherham. We were staying with Mark and Jem last night, and we're currently on our way to Kuba's house to all check in person. So I'm going to get Kuba and Meg to take a little look at Chloe as well and let me know what their thoughts are on her. But hopefully we'll actually have time to do that, because I think the entire MK team is going to be coming to the house to check in. But yeah, I'll try and get some footage if I'm in there, if I can. Chloe's going to volunteer to hold the camera for me, aren't you, Chloe?
No.
Yeah, so we'll try and get some footage and just see what the plan of action is for my feed up now, because I haven't eaten my first meal. I normally eat my first meal at 6:30. It's nearly 7:30, so I'm actually hungry for once. So I'm really looking forward to this first meal, whatever it is going to be. So I just have my oats, my whey, everything ready in the bag, and we'll see what Kuba says, and I might even get him on camera to chat about the plan of action for next week, why we're doing it, etc, etc. So we'll catch up to you in a couple of minutes when we are in Kuba's house.
14.50, and like even Jade said I don't want to bring you that low, and I was like, that was a bug to me a year ago.
It's not probably
Well, now I am hungry, because she had me on 3-2, so I am hungry now at this point.
Boys wing. Yeah, it's very bright, huh? Nip on that.
Huh?
Nip on right now.
Well, like, I can still feel it.
Yeah, but is it sensitive?
No, it's not sensitive.
That's right. Before you get into that, squeeze it a little bit harder. Drive your elbows all the way through, hard. Just so you hit like a proper back shot. You're squeezing.
Oh yeah.
I have to get Mark doing this because you can't get.
I'm looking at this and like, for fuck's sake.
That's what you need to do. You need to get the above the head. Yeah. Definitely need some food, lad. Now.
Yeah, I fell flat after yesterday's session.
You don't look as lean
Upper
because
body.
you don't look as tight just because you're a little bit deflated now.
Yeah, felt a bit rocky now this morning.
You definitely need it now.
Yeah, that's why I'm glad we gave it this week though.
You need
Because last week I felt like
you could still go 100%.
could still go.
Yeah,
Whereas
so
now,
it's ideal timing. I
I had a
think.
big drop yesterday of 2 pounds overnight, and I stayed the same this morning. So 100.6 now, so down into the hundreds. So perfect.
From tomorrow, I want you to always cloud down as well.
I lowered it this morning because you said to me earlier in the week I lowered it to 40.
Perfect.
If you want to lower than that, tell me. But I did 40 this morning.
Perfect. That's exactly what I want.
Okay, perfect. Yes guys, how are we? So we're back from an excellent weekend in Rotherham. I didn't take any footage of the MK meetup as, to be honest, I just didn't want to have the big camera out in the room while all the guest speakers were speaking, etc. And the place was like a bloody sauna in there. The camera lens probably would have fogged up. But excellent weekend. You know, we had like Mark Hole speaking, Ryan Terry speaking, Oscar Young speaking. It was Charlie Martin, who owns Ultraflex, the Ultraflex brand. So very, very good guest speakers and very insightful chats there. So that was absolutely excellent, even though it did drag on a little bit. The arse was a little bit dragged out of it. And then on our way to the train station, when we're waiting for our train, then our train got cancelled. We had to get another one 25 minutes later. And then when we got on that one, it stopped on the track for 10 minutes. So we didn't get home for ages. And obviously that was the first day of me feeding up. So I still had to get a big meal into me nice and late. So schedule was a little bit all over the place, but I'm trying to just re-establish it now that I am back in Manchester. So as you'll have seen from that clip of me posing there with Kuba, right? The plan of action for this week is we have tapered Clen back to 40 micrograms. It was at 80 micrograms. And what we're going to do refeed wise is we're going to have training day food for the entire week, okay? Plus an extra 50 grams of rice and an extra 25 grams of cream of rice, okay? So I actually have the calories here up on the screen. So last week my training day calories were 3702 and my rest day calories were 3252. This week, training day calories is going to be 3991. So 290 calories of an increase there. And then rest day calories are going to be 2827. So that is almost 500 calories of an increase there. So when you kind of average that out, you know, across the week, it's a good extra 400 calories a day, right? Which is pretty decent. And we're going to have sushi on top of meals, right, today, and potentially as well at the end of the week, right? So I'm going to run you through refeed full day of eating here, meal by meal, as I actually haven't done a full day of eating since the very beginning of prep, so my meals have changed slightly differently. But meal number one here, we have got 100 grams of cream of rice, 45 grams of Trained by JP whey, DMAC 10 for discount, and we also have 150 grams of blueberries. So this meal was 75 grams cream of rice, it is now 100 grams of cream of rice. So that is meal number one. I'm going to neck this into me now. I'm going to get a little bit of work done, and then I'll catch up with you guys for meal number two. All right, my people, welcome back. So we've got meal number two here, which is my pre-workout meal, the infamous chicken, rice, banana, and sweet cinnamon meal. So do not knock it until you try it, guys. And if you're getting cinnamon and putting it on your meals, make sure you go to Tesco and get the sweet cinnamon, ground sweet cinnamon. It is the one. So this is probably my favorite meal at the moment. I absolutely love it. In off season, there was like a little bit of honey in there, which was sweet as well, but no honey in there at the moment. But the cinnamon does the trick. Cinnamon is such a prep thing, right? Also with this meal, we have got 3 IUs of Humalog. Forgot to mention in the last clip as well that I had 5 IUs of Levemir in the morning with meal one. So this is just a long-acting insulin. The other one is a short-acting insulin. We still have that in. I imagine it will be pulled out when we make our next calorie adjustment, which is going to be, who knows. I don't know what the plan is after this diet break, whether Kuba's going to push my food lower or just go back to the baseline food I was on before. But I imagine it's probably going to be back to baseline food, okay? So I'm really looking forward to this, as I did get interrupted just before I called this clip by Asda as the shop delivery. So we're getting a couple of bits. Since we are having training day food every single day this week, I have to have my cereal every single day this week. So I got 5 boxes of these, standard Rice Krispies, just plain Rice Krispies. I think for a rice-based cereal, I like Rice Krispies because Cocoa Pops, I just get sick of them. They're just chocolatey. I like the Rice Krispies because they're just plain. They're easier to get down at higher quantities, and I just have flavoured whey in with it. And also, Flavin's Irish Oats. Guys, right? If you like your oats, these are the only oats that you can have. There's so many people, right? I always post these in my stories. And there's so many people who finally go around and actually get these and say, oh my God, these oats are actually unreal. There's a massive difference with them. So I find that, like, for the most part, like, if you get jasmine rice, like jasmine rice is jasmine rice or whatever. If you get pasta, pasta is kind of pasta for the most part. But the variability in oats, I find, is crazy. Some oats are absolutely wank, but these Flavin's Irish Oats, they are the ones. So get on them, guys, if you're eating a lot of oats. And if you're one of my clients, you probably are eating a lot of oats. Also, whilst I'm here and before I eat this meal, this is my intra workout. So the only difference in nutrition this week, or calories this week, is that I'm having no intra on my rest days, pretty much. So I'm still having training day food in my rest days, but no intra. So here we've got 50 grams of, well, it's actually a mix. So normally I have 50 grams of Sustain, but I got a free tub or bag of JP Performance Fuel, which is just highly branched cyclic dextrin as well. The Sustain is like highly branched cyclic dextrin and fructose and a hydration formula. So I got a bag of like Berry Burst or something Performance Fuel. So I said I would try some of that today, but instead of having the 50 grams of it, I actually mixed it with 25 grams of Sustain. So this could potentially be disgusting, or it could be a game changer. Now I have the orange and mango Sustain in here, and honestly, guys, orange and mango Sustain and pina colada Sustain are the best intras you will ever have in your whole entire life. No cap, right? DMAC 10 for discount. Get on it, guys. Gonna give this a taste test though. That's actually pretty fucking good. Whoa. Tastes like a cocktail. It's like a fucking porn star martini or something. or the closest thing I'm going to get to it. I don't drink anymore, guys. I don't drink, just steroids for me, thanks. Anyway, I'm going to get this meal into me now, guys. Won't bring the camera to the gym today. I will just keep this strictly food, and then I will catch up with you after the gym for my post-workout meal. All right, guys, what's happening? So we are now back from the gym, push 2 today, and it was actually a devolume session as well. So this diet break was actually scheduled down as a deload and devolume. Now, I had 5 weeks since my last deload, 5 full weeks of training, and I texted Cooper this morning and sent him my shots, and I was kind of like, am I supposed to be deloading this week, or can I just push on? And he was like, yes, deload, because the whole purpose of this week is kind of like to collect data as well. So he wants to see what I look like, obviously, after a week of eating slightly less food and resting up a little bit, which I imagine is kind of similar to what my peak week process is going to be like anyway. So we're on devolume for the week, which I think is probably a good thing, because I probably could push for another week, but then I'd say at that stage I could be pretty fatigued. So devolume this week, and then we're back to pushing, I imagine, after that. So I have my post-workout here, which is going to be 125 grams of Rice Krispies, 150 grams of banana, and then I've got 50 grams of whey. So this is the strawberry cheesecake whey. Absolutely love this. I've had this in the fridge since before the gym, chilling for me so that it is nice and cold, because it is currently 27 degrees in Manchester, which is not ideal because I absolutely fucking hate the heat. I like when it's nice and cool and cold. So gonna eat this meal now, lads. I will put the macros up on the screen for you all, and we'll catch up with you for the next meal. All right, guys, so meal number 4 here. We've got 100 grams of rice, 175 grams of mince, and then we just got a little bit of ketchup and mustard over the top. So put the macros for this one up on the screen. My next meal is very similar as well. And I said earlier that I'd be having sushi on top of my meals, but I'm actually not. I'm actually subbing out my last meal for the sushi. So last meal of the day is 75 grams of oats with 45 whey, 100 berries, and 20 dark choc. So that is around 650 calories, I believe. So obviously when we go for sushi later, I'm just gonna have to like eat back those calories and then try and eat like at least like double that, or maybe just like a little bit more, just to make sure that it is actually like a high day, or a good high day, or a good refeed day. So I will show you what I get anyway. I'll tell you what I get when we do go for sushi later on, but I will catch up with you for the next meal after this one. Yes, people, we are back for the final meal before our big sushi refeed tonight. So we have got, same as last meal except just with chicken. We've got 175 grams of chicken, 100 grams of rice, and then we also have a little bit of soy sauce in there as well, just for taste, right? So I'm gonna put the total macros for the screen, or for the day, up also on the screen here, and then maybe tomorrow after I have the sushi, I'm gonna make like an estimate as to like what I potentially think that was, but the total macros for the first 5 meals are gonna be up on the screen. I'm gonna just pop them up there, or maybe up there, because there's more space, right? And the sushi will be on top of that. So probably gonna be a nice amount of calories. So that is gonna be the full day of eating on a refeed, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna eat this now, and I'll wrap the video up in the morning. What is happening? So we've got some basic iPhone footage here, as didn't want to bring the camera with me to our sushi date, but that's where we're currently off to. We're off to get sushi. So 5 meals in today, and the 6th meal is going to be sushi, and Chloe is going to have the sushi with me because she was actually 60.3 kilos this morning, which is the exact same weight as she was last week at 60.3 before we did her diet break. So I'm getting sushi tonight, so I said I might as well have her join and partake in the sushi eating, so that she doesn't have to sit there and watch me nail 40 salmon nigiri. So you looking forward to it, Chloe?
I am.
Yeah, so we're going to show you what order we actually get when we get in there. It's going to be pretty clean, to be perfectly honest. It's going to be like salmon nigiri, some small salmon rolls, avocado rolls, etc. Nothing too dirty, because this all-you-can-eat sushi place, they do like a lot of wasabi mayo and dragon rolls and all the fancy kind of shit. So we're just going to stay away from all that, and I will be very, very happy with some salmon nigiri. Hopefully it's not too dark in here now and you can actually see me on this iPhone. But I will catch up with you in a little bit and show you all the sushi. Look at the size of those chonkers. I'm just going to actually pick one up and get a video of it. They are huge. What is going on, guys? So that is the Refeed full day of eating wrapped up. I didn't get too much footage of the sushi last night, as the way that all you can eat sushi place works is all the stuff comes down in like rounds. You can only order like 8 items at a time, so it's just coming down in dribs and drabs, and to be honest, I was just horsing into me as it came down. But I will pop a little kind of note down below of what I actually had. I did want to keep a track of it because we may potentially be running this again at the end of the week. So I took some pictures this morning. I sent them to Kuba. He was actually quite happy with the visuals and stuff like that. So if we do need to run it again, I might just do the same order again. Or if he thinks I should do a little bit less or a little bit more, then I know exactly what I ordered. So I can just kind of order less or more dependent on where we're at the end of the week after like the actual, diet break, right? So I'll also pop some pictures from my check-in just up over here as well, just so you can kind of see what I looked like this morning after that sushi. Now, I was back from my morning walk this morning, so I was quite sweaty, so it looks like I have like a glaze on here, but I actually don't. But I was pretty happy with those pictures. I do think there's a nice little bit of fullness there, probably a touch softer, and I was 103.05 this morning, so 1.5 kilos up in the scales. I didn't expect it to be that much of an increase. I thought it might be a kilo, but look, it's all good. I know it will probably come down tomorrow, as the week kind of progresses, and then we'll kind of see where we're at the end of the week. But I imagine average weight will be up quite a nice bit. But then I think after this diet break, moving into next week, that should really push me on kind of fat loss wise. It will really accelerate things moving forward. And funnily enough, I actually feel hungrier now than I have the whole way through the prep. So like as your body starts to eat a little bit more food, your appetite just kind of ramps up a little bit. But I think that's a good sign as well. And look, by this Saturday, we're going to be 11 weeks out. So like just smooth sailing so far, like I'm always saying, right? So if you've made it this far, guys, again, thank you for watching. If you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe, and you like the video, drop a comment down below. And if you want to share it with your friends or on your socials, then please do. So that's all for today, guys. I will catch up with you in the next one.